Congratulations! If you're watching this video, that means that your trademark has been registered with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office and you received a certificate similar to this. However, by the time you're watching this, most likely you're only going to be receiving a digital certificate unless you specifically request and pay for the hard copy so that you can get that golden seal there to show people. Otherwise, it'll just be a digital certificate, which in most cases should suffice. So that means that you've made it all the way through this process and received your registration. So there's a few things to know about this point. Now that you have a registered trademark, you should use the R in a circle to denote that. Wherever you use your name, if it's on your website, at least like in the most prominent spot on your website where you're talking about it, put the R in a circle. This puts others on notice. It will help with getting a higher amount of damage should you have to sue someone for infringement. So we suggest to all our clients that they put that anywhere they're using it on their products or on their website for services. Another thing to know is that now, as the registered owner of a trademark, it's your job to police your trademark. So what that means is that the USPTO, no one else is going to stop someone from using your trademark. The USPTO should, in theory, stop someone from registering a trademark that's similar to yours or likely to cause confusion, but it does not mean that they're going to stop them from actually using it in commerce. And there's a number of things. If you're selling on Amazon, you can use Amazon takedown notices. Same thing for YouTube. A lot of the different e-commerce and just websites out there have a way to let them know that someone else is using a trademark that might be confusingly similar to yours. There's also services called watch services. We suggest to clients after their trademark is registered that they consider hiring a watch service, and that actually watches what's filed at the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to alert us to any potential infringers or any potential marks that we just want to monitor and make sure that the USPTO refuses them, or if not, then oppose or file a letter of protest to ensure that those do not go on to registration, or even to reach out to the owner of that application and come to a resolution with them earlier on. So that's watch services. There also are even expanded watch services that will check for if someone's using your trademark on social media, on different e-commerce platforms, or on the internet, that are an option. But of course, the more you add to it, the higher the cost of the watch service. Something very important to know, which you'll see down here, is renewals. So between the 5th and 6th year after your trademark registers, you need to file what's called a Section 8 declaration. And that's to essentially say and show that you're still using this trademark in commerce. You have to send in specimens, and if there's things listed in your application or in the registration that you're no longer using it on, you need to delete those from it. Otherwise, it could jeopardize the registration. And that's between, as I said, between the 5th and 6th year after it registers. Then, on every 10-year anniversary for the life of the registration, and it can go on basically in perpetuity so long as you continue to use it, file your renewal application every 10 years and pay the fees. So that's every 10 years, you have to file your Section 8 declaration and Section 9 renewal. So those are dates that you should mark in your calendar. If you're working with attorneys such as us, we track that as well to make sure that we remind you to file on time and check in with you. Something else to think about at this point now is, now that you have your U.S. registration, is do you want to file foreign? So if you were working with us, we would have alerted you, right when you filed, that once you file a trademark application, you have a 6-month window to file in any foreign country and claim priority, meaning you get the same date as that you filed in the U.S. is what they would treat it as filed in that foreign country. But it doesn't mean that if you didn't file within those 6 months that you can't file at a later date. You just run the risk that someone might file in those countries before you. But now that you have a U.S. registration, there are ways to file based off that U.S. registration that sometimes make it easier. So it's a good time to start considering, where's the next market that you want to enter into? Where's your product being manufactured? Where do you think people would manufacture the same product that would be a counterfeit product? To start thinking about those things to decide if you'd like to file in those foreign countries. So again, congratulations. In some cases, it's a long road to get the registration. Sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's easier. It all depends upon the trademark, the type of goods and services that you file for and are using it in. So I just want to say congratulations. If you like these videos, feel free to subscribe and always feel free to reach out to our office. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.